All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the New England Patriots.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Sony Michel, his first carry. And that's not the start that he was looking for as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch QB drop. 72.
Shotgun now for Brady. That's out to his running back, Michel. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeForest Buckner has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Ready, set. 51 to the mic. I got one. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 30.
Playing to win. Let's go.
It's a gain of 35. 1st down, San Francisco.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And now it's 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
From the 27, Brady. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. From midfield, here's Brady. And he finds Seals-Jones complete. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here we go with Michel, and he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now this time, Brady will throw. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
I got you. I got 72.
Brady gives to Michel. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Yeah, they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Wide, 80. Walk 54. Walk 54. Hey, let's get some penetration. Hey, Alabama.
Now they'll throw with Brady. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Nick Bosa in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
13 yards there and a Niner first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd.
Hey, box truck, box truck. Time to go, night.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to let this one go deep. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And all the way down to the 29. And finally, they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 29-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On play action, it's Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The safety, Patrick Chung, is the one who makes the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
11. Watch the safety creep.
Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Here we go. Shit. Hey, exit.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go. Here we go.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Hey, watch. Lock.
It's Coleman here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
At the 29-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, here we go.
From the gun, it's Brady. Caught by Sanu. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Down 80. Down 80. 56. Defense wins championships, baby.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Brady to throw again. That's caught by his tight end, Matt LaCosse. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Again, it's Brady. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This from 54 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
Keep playing hard.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
65, 65. 13, 13. Hey, orbit.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Garoppolo. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And he's got some space here. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And it's caught. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, you're almost in field goal position.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
11.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check. 21. Here we go. Hey, Delta, 80 weapons.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Wait, 80. White. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive.
He's got daylight. The 40, the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, his third touchdown now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
Break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown...
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Niners 28, Patriots 18.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. He's coming.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
Hey, high 7. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check. 50.
And it's Michel once again. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Shotgun now for Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
On the return is Pettis. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Garoppolo, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, How about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run pass option?
And they're right down here looking for 6. Now Garoppolo. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Garoppolo to throw, and he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
And now because of the sack, it's 3rd and goal from the 14. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They begin with Michel on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 at a New England 1st down. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Michel. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a 1st down. On 1st down, Michel. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 2nd down, Michel. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Hey, goal 66. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch this. Hey, goal 66.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there.
Brady going to go on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
Here we go.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, They can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Garoppolo now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trent Taylor. His first touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now Gold for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone. For a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
54, right there, right.
Scene 6. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full track.
From the gun, Love. And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Yeah, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They run again with Breida. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. To throw is Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Love. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now this throw caught left side. It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, Love escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I got it. 1st down. 1st down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down now, Michel, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day. All day.
Operating from the gun, Love. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Set 50-60 out block. Focus, defense, focus.
It's a quarterback sneak. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. On 2nd down, Michel. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Ready.
From the gun, Love. This is caught. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Matchbox, right. Ready, go.
On 4th down, Love. And this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And you can just about put this one in the win column for the 49ers.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be... And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they'll stop him at the 1-yard line, but small consolation there following the turnover. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that.
As a man, and it's Edelman for the Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. This time, the extra point up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. So the victory here for San Francisco. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharp.